You know what always trips me up when talking about the past? I always forget the difference between was and were. Like, I'll be like, I were at the store.
I were? Oh no, Sarah, that sounds like you're speaking in a whole different dimension. Were you time traveling?
It does sound like that. Sometimes I wonder if I'm a time traveler, but I'm just terrible at grammar.
Well, if you're traveling to the past, I hope you were at the gym last week instead of saying you was.
Oh, don't remind me. I was planning on going, but then I wasn't. I ended up on the couch with snacks instead.
You know, you should start a time traveling fitness program. To time travel your way to fitness, no need to leave the couch.
Hey, that sounds like a winning idea. I could make millions.
Hello and welcome back to Speaking English Daily Dose. We're so happy to have you join us again for another fun lesson. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced learner, our goal is to make learning English exciting and accessible for everyone.
Hey everyone, it's so great to have you here today. I'm Mark and I'm joined by my amazing co-host Sarah. Together, we're here to guide you through the English language with easy, everyday conversations that you can use right away.
Absolutely. We know that learning a new language can feel overwhelming, but that's why we're here to break it all down into simple steps. We bring you fun and practical lessons that will help you sound more natural when speaking English. Whether you're chatting with friends or at work, these lessons will give you the confidence you need.
Exactly. And if you enjoy our videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support helps us grow and create more helpful content for you. Plus, it's a great way to keep up with all our future lessons.
Today, we're diving into a topic that everyone loves to talk about, the past.
That's right. We'll show you how to talk about past events using some simple but really powerful phrases that will make your English sound even more natural. Ready to jump in?
Let's get started. So, Mark, let's kick things off. How was your weekend?
It was pretty relaxing, Sarah. On Saturday, I decided to spend the entire afternoon baking cookies. You know, just something easy and fun to do.
That sounds like a blast. Baking cookies always makes the day feel special. Did they turn out well?
Oh, they were delicious. I actually ended up eating half of them by myself. I might have gone a little overboard, but they were too good to resist.
That's awesome. I can totally relate. I spent my weekend visiting my parents. We had a really nice time. We played some board games, old school, and then ended the day with a big family dinner. It was a lot of fun.
That sounds like a great time, Sarah. I love family dinners. It's always nice to catch up and enjoy good food.
Definitely. So today we're going to focus on how to talk about things that happened before now, using phrases like was and were, along with other useful verbs that you can use in daily conversations.
Yes, we'll help you learn how to describe your day, week, or any past event in English. We'll also dive into regular verbs, irregular verbs, and teach you how to make negative sentences so you can speak with more variety and confidence.
Exactly. This is a great chance for you to add some new tools to your English toolbox. Ready to get started?
All right, let's get started with something simple. The verb to be in the past. Was and were. It's super useful and easy once you get the hang of it.
Exactly. So, for example, I can say, I was at the mall yesterday. That's the past form of am. You can use it for I, he, she, and it.
That's right. So you might say, I was at home all day, or she was at the library yesterday. We use was when we're talking about a single person or thing.
And then for you, we, and they, we use were. For example, you were at the office yesterday, we were on vacation last week, or they were in the park. Simple, right?
Exactly. But here's the trick. When we want to make a negative sentence, we just add not. It's as easy as pie. So instead of saying, I was at the mall, you can say, I wasn't at the mall.
Yep, and you can do the same for were. So they weren't at the party. No complicated rules, just was plus not equals wasn't, and were plus not equals weren't.
That's right. So to recap, if I want to say I wasn't at the party yesterday, I can just say I wasn't at the party. It's like magic. Poof, the negative version.
I love that. Now let's practice a little. Mark, where were you yesterday at 5 p.m.?
Good question, Sarah. I was at home chilling and watching some TV shows. I wasn't working yesterday, I promise.
That sounds nice. I was also at home reading a book. My idea of a good time, honestly. But what about your friends?
Well, they were at a concert. They weren't home either. Looks like everyone was out living their best lives while we stayed in with our snacks and shows.
True. So remember, was for one person or thing, were for you, we, and they. And when you want to say you weren't somewhere or doing something, just add not.
Exactly. So go ahead and try this on your own. Practice with your friends, family, or even your dog. They're great listeners, trust me. Let's keep this conversation rolling. Now, let's dive into regular verbs. Honestly, they're the easy ones. Most regular verbs are super simple. Just add ed to the verb. Simple as that.
Exactly. For example, I played soccer yesterday, or she called me last night. Easy peasy, right? Just tack on ed at the end and boom, you're talking about the past.
That's right. Now, if the verb already ends in e, like live, all you need to do is add d. So you can say, I lived in Paris last year. No need to double the letters or anything fancy.
Yeah, super straightforward. Now, let's make it even easier. When we want to make negative sentences with regular verbs, we use did not or didn't. So instead of saying, I played soccer, you say, I didn't play soccer. Easy, right?
Exactly. Same goes for other regular verbs. She didn't call me last night. Just stick with didn't and use the base form of the verb, so no ed in the negative sentence.
For sure. And when you ask a question in the past, you start with did. For example, did you play soccer?
Yes, and then the answer is super simple. Yes, I did, or no, I didn't. You can't go wrong with that.
Right, that's the easy part. But now let's move on to something a little trickier, the irregular verbs. These guys don't follow the ed rule. They like to do their own thing.
Oh yes, the irregular verbs. Get ready, they can change completely. But don't worry, we'll break them down for you. Let's jump into that next. All right, let's talk about those tricky irregular verbs. Unlike regular verbs, they don't follow the ed rule. Instead, they completely change their form. Let's start with a good one. Go.
Go becomes went. For example, I go to work every day, but yesterday I went to the park. Big difference, right? You can't just add ed here.
Exactly. And another common one is see. See becomes saw. So I see you every week, but last week I saw you at the library. See how it changes?
And here's another one, eat. Eat becomes ate. I eat pizza on Fridays, but yesterday I ate pasta.
Nice job, Sarah. You're getting the hang of it. Now let's practice making negatives and questions with these irregular verbs. Ready?
Mark, did you go to the gym yesterday?
No, I didn't go. I stayed home and watched a documentary instead. I know, pretty exciting, right?
Sounds relaxing. Did you see it all the way through?
No, I didn't. I actually fell asleep halfway through. It was a really good documentary until I dozed off.
Haha, classic. Well, that's the beauty of irregular verbs. They make conversations interesting. So remember, went, saw, ate, and other irregular verbs can be tricky, but they're essential for talking about past events.
Exactly. So get familiar with them, and soon they'll feel just as natural as the regular ones. Keep practicing and you'll master them in no time. Now let's get to the most important part, practical phrases. These are the phrases people actually use in everyday conversations when talking about the past. Trust me, this is where the magic happens.
Exactly. These phrases are perfect for helping you sound natural and fluent. Let's start with a classic one. Mark, how do you ask someone about their day?
You can say, "How was your day?" It's simple, but it's something everyone says at some point during the day.
And if you want to answer, you could say, it was good, thanks. Or if it was a bit more challenging, you could say, it was pretty stressful. That's a great way to keep the conversation flowing.
Yes, exactly. Now, another question you might ask is, what did you do yesterday? It's a great way to get the conversation going about someone's past activities.
And the answer could be something like, I worked all day, or I visited my parents. It's simple and gets to the point.
If someone tells you they had a great time doing something, you can ask, did you have a good time? It's a great follow-up question after they share something fun.
And if they did, they'll probably say, yes, I did. It was awesome. But if it wasn't as fun as they expected, they might say, it was okay.
Here's a fun one. If you didn't see someone at an event or gathering, you can say, I didn't see you there. It's a nice way to catch up on what happened during the event.
Or if they were actually there but you didn't cross paths, you can explain, I was busy talking to someone else. That's a nice way to make it sound like you weren't ignoring them.
Exactly. These little phrases are so useful. They make your English sound more natural and help you connect with people better.
Definitely. So start practicing these 50 essential phrases and you'll be talking about the past like a pro in no time.
All right, let's do a quick recap of the key phrases we've covered today. First, we talked about yesterday I went to the gym. It's a simple sentence, but it helps you talk about your actions from the day before.
Then we used, I saw a great movie last night. This one's perfect for sharing what you did in your free time. You can easily replace movie with anything you like, whether it's a show, a concert, or a fun activity.
Next, we practice asking, did you enjoy your weekend? It's such a simple but effective question to ask someone when you're catching up. You can also swap weekend with any event, like a trip, holiday, or party.
And of course, we included, I didn't see that message. This is great when you need to explain that you missed something, whether it's a text, an email, or any other notification.
All right, let's break it down and explore how you can use these phrases in real-life conversations. First, we talked about yesterday I went to the gym. This is a simple and straightforward sentence you can use when talking to a friend about your day. Let's say you and a friend are catching up. They might ask, what did you do yesterday? You can easily reply with, yesterday I went to the gym. It's clear, simple, and to the point. But here's the fun part. You can replace gym with any activity you did in the past. For example, if you didn't go to the gym, maybe you went for a walk or went shopping. You could say, yesterday I went hiking. Yesterday I went for a run. Or I went out with my friends. The key is that you're telling someone about your past activities. You're just swapping out the specific activity depending on what you actually did. It's a super flexible way to share your experiences.
Exactly. Now let's take a look at I saw a great movie last night. Imagine you're meeting up with a friend you haven't seen in a while, and they ask, what did you do over the weekend? You could say, I saw a great movie last night. This is a great way to tell someone what you did in a casual and easy way. Maybe you're talking about a new blockbuster that's been all over the news, or maybe it was a random Netflix film that you really enjoyed. But it doesn't have to be a movie. You could easily say, I saw a play or I saw a concert. The beauty of this phrase is that it can be applied to so many different experiences you've had. It's about sharing what you did and how you felt about it. If you had a great time, you could say, I saw a great movie. And if it wasn't as exciting, you could say, it was just okay. You can really personalize this depending on your experience.
Right. Now let's move on to something that will help you ask more questions. We practiced asking, did you enjoy your weekend? Let's say it's Monday morning and you're at work or meeting a colleague. You ask them, did you enjoy your weekend? It's a simple question, but it's perfect for getting someone to open up about their past activities. Maybe they'll respond with, yes, I went on a road trip. You can say, that sounds fun, tell me more. If they didn't have the best weekend, they might say, it was okay. And you can follow up by asking, what did you do? This keeps the conversation going and encourages them to share more. It's a natural and friendly way to ask someone about their past weekend or any experience they've had. And most importantly, it keeps the conversation flowing.
Exactly. And then we used, I didn't see that message. Picture this. You're talking to a friend and they say, I sent you a text about meeting up yesterday. You can respond with, I didn't see that message. This is a super helpful phrase to explain that you missed something. Maybe you didn't check your phone, or it was on silent, or maybe you were just busy with other things. It's a polite way to let someone know that you didn't see their message and that it wasn't intentional. This phrase can be applied to texts, emails, or any messages you might have missed. For example, I didn't see your email, or I didn't see your call. It's a useful tool for explaining why you might have missed an important communication. You can always follow up and apologize by saying, sorry, I was busy.
Now, these phrases are incredibly helpful because they let you share your past experiences in a way that's natural and easy. Imagine you're telling someone about your plans for the weekend. If you say, yesterday I went to the gym, it's a great start to a conversation. And from there, you can easily ask, what about you? Did you do anything fun? This opens up the conversation and it lets the other person share what they did. It's a great way to exchange experiences and learn more about what's been going on in each other's lives. And the best part? You're practicing English and keeping the conversation going in a smooth, natural way. By using these phrases, you can talk about your past activities and ask others about theirs.
Exactly. And these phrases help you sound natural and fluent, which is so important when you're trying to engage in a real conversation. Let's say you're talking about work and you want to tell your colleague what you did last week. You could say, I saw a great presentation last week. If you didn't respond to an email, you can say, I didn't see your email. These are the kinds of phrases that make everyday conversations flow smoothly. Whether it's talking about work, your personal life, or just catching up with a friend, these phrases are perfect for making your English sound more natural and less robotic.
Exactly. You're building up your toolkit of phrases to sound more confident and comfortable when talking about past events. Keep practicing these phrases with real-life scenarios, and it'll become second nature. Don't be afraid to use them next time you're talking to someone about your day or asking about theirs. The more you use these phrases, the easier it will be to share your experiences, ask about others' experiences, and keep the conversation flowing.
Exactly. With just a little practice, these phrases will become a breeze to use in your daily conversations. The more you practice, the more natural they'll feel. It's all about using the language in real conversations. Once you start, you'll feel much more confident and comfortable when speaking about the past. Keep practicing, and before you know it, talking about the past will feel completely natural.
Yes, keep it up. We're all on this journey of improving our English skills, and practicing phrases like these will really help you make great progress. Remember, you don't need to be perfect right away. It's all about getting comfortable with the language and making it a part of your daily conversations.
That's right. So take these phrases and start using them today. Whether you're at work, with friends, or even at home, talking about the past is a skill that'll help you connect with people and express yourself more easily. Keep practicing and you'll see how quickly you improve.
We're almost done, but before we wrap up, let's quickly go over everything we covered today.
First, we tackled was and were, which are key when talking about things that happened in the past. These are the past forms of am and are, so they help us describe states or situations. For example, I was at home yesterday, or they were at the party.
Exactly. And then we moved on to regular verbs, which are super easy to use. Regular verbs just need an ed added to the end to show that they happened in the past. So walk becomes walked. Call becomes called. Simple, right?
And don't forget the irregular verbs. These ones don't follow the ed rule. For example, go becomes went, and see becomes saw. These are the verbs you'll see a lot when talking about things that happened before now.
Right. After that, we practiced how to make negative sentences using didn't or did not. It's easy. Just remember that after didn't, we use the base form of the verb, no ed needed. For example, I didn't walk to the store, or she didn't call me yesterday.
Then we moved on to asking questions. To ask about the past, you use did. So, did you go to the movies? Or did she enjoy her trip? And the answer could be yes, I did, or no, I didn't. It's really that simple.
And of course, we gave you 50 essential phrases to help you talk about the past in a natural way. These phrases are what people actually use in conversation every day, and they're super helpful. For example, I went to the gym yesterday. I saw a great movie last night. Or, did you enjoy your weekend? These are phrases you'll hear all the time.
Yes, these are the building blocks that will help you sound more fluent and confident when talking about past events. And remember, the more you practice these phrases, the more comfortable you'll feel using them in real conversations.
It's all about practice. The more you use these words and phrases, the easier it will become to express yourself naturally. So don't be afraid to use them whenever you can.
And most importantly, remember to have fun with it. Language learning is a journey, and every step you take brings you closer to speaking English confidently.
Thanks so much for joining us on Speaking English Daily Dose today. We hope you learned a lot and feel ready to talk about the past with ease.
We'll see you next time with more fun lessons to help you speak English fluently. Keep practicing and keep making progress.
Until then, take care and don't forget to practice those phrases every day.